Hello and welcome
Oh, boy.
everybody to the E-League United Week 1, Day 2 games. We have the New York Mutants versus the Wardens of the North. I am your color caster, Pwn Star Chibi, here with my man, the play-by-play Soundwave.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, we did this once before, but I'll say it again because, technical issues or whatever. But um, we have two new teams, New York Mutants versus Wardens of the North. Both new teams to E-League United. Uh,
Mhm.
some fresh faces, some old faces. Like Shibby was saying, fairly just about completely evenly matched as far as rankings go. Obviously ranking doesn't mean everything be all end all, but looks to be a fairly even team. Even though we don't necessarily know a whole lot about these teams. Just look at their OP.GGs. It should be a fairly even match. But this isn't the first time we've seen both of these teams in E League United. So I know everybody out there watching is very excited to get to see what their opposition looks like.
Yeah, Yeah, and we have definitely have seen some of these players compete on other teams,
Mhm,
right? Solomon Khan, Slushy, I think Nubity as well, Minisoko. Like there are
mhm.
some guys that you'll see here that have competed at the E League, before. But yeah, like you said, these teams are pretty much brand new rosters, newly formed. I guess, some stuff happened in the off season, some of the Colonel Wars or whatever happened, but we're
Yeah,
getting,
those
you know,
those circus games, yeah.
those circus games, somebody
Eh,
said something. Somebody must have said something when somebody got near a hot tub or something like that, and they recruited here. But yeah, we're getting into the draft very shortly, and the first ban on the blue side is a pike ban directed at the Wardens of the North.
Ooh, Pike. Spicy ban off the gun.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
then just Rel on the side of the red side here. So just two supports being taken out immediately. I wouldn't say these are the best supports right now, in my opinion. I think obviously we've been seeing a lot of worlds meta right now. A lot of people know
Mhm,
what the pros are picking, and we've kind of been starved of that for a little bit in terms
mhm.
of just finding out what pros are playing, finding out what's strong, finding out what's weak. So really odd to see these bans unless they're just pretty much comfort bans. Nocturne being banned out, Orn as well. So
You see
yeah, these
reaction.
yeah. Oh, Akshan being banned as well?
Yeah.
That must be one of the Wardens of the North's or pocket picks? What is this?
Yeah, I don't no, I think realistically, because like these guys know each other. I think a lot of the E League United meta that we're seeing doesn't play a whole lot off of like normally what we see with like people copying the world's meta or like the North Korean meta.
Mhm.
North Korean, I'm sorry, South Korean. North Koreans don't play League. That's my bad. Uh, um, but yeah, I think these are truly just targeted bans. First off, going off of what they know their one tricks are on the enemy teams versus like their OP.GGs and their highest win rate bands.
Yeah, and then so blue side's gonna lock in, or New York Mutants are gonna lock in the Leona to B1, and Wardens are gonna take a pretty strong bot lane here for their R1,
Mhm.
R2, right into Tristana Thresh. Thresh is still a very strong champion. Did receive some nerfs a patch or two ago, but wasn't too meaningful. But yeah,
Oh, and then it's the lock in on the misfortune. Both very good, very aggressive bot lane picks from Wardens and New York Mutants there.
yeah, and
Tristana being Kars's most played champion. It's his comfort pick and his hard carry pick. Then we're gonna see the volley bear there. Gonna be the flex from top and jungle.
Yep, and then Wardens of the North insta locking Silas in for that R3. And
Ooh.
Silas is someone we've been seeing in Worlds, right? Here and there. Like,
Silas has been a almost pick ban uh worlds pick. Silas is you see him in every game, whether he's on the ban roster or in the rift.
yeah, and Wardens of the North gonna take the LeBlanc away as well. I expected to possibly ban Lucian or some of the other, possible picks that are really strong into Silas. Cause I feel like if you
Hmm.
put Silas in a lane that he gets countered through or he can't really do his really aggressive melee kind of
Hmm.
life stealing stuff he wants to do in the mid lane, it becomes super difficult for him to actually affect the map, and he's just kind of a utility bot at that point, right? Because he goes Zanyas, he goes Everfrost. He's not going that super high damage build that other
Yeah. Yes.
traditional APs build, right? And we see
Uh.
Shen being taken away and Mordekaiser LeBlanc.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think you're right there with the Silas. Silas is one of those champions that has to get ahead. He has to
Yes.
get the gold lead to carry the game, and if he doesn't do that, then realistically, their mid laner's just going to be looking to pick off the best ultimates for whatever situation they're in. And at that point, he's not really doing what a mid laner needs to do, which is being your post. You know, your mid laner has to be your rock for the game. And
Yeah,
if
he's
Silas doesn't get ahead, he doesn't do that.
Yeah, so bans being taken off the top lane here. Actually, there's been 4 top lane bans centered here, and
Yeah.
Trundle. I have a real hate for this pick when it's not picked properly. In this case, you're picking it into Leona, you're picking it into a Volley Bear as well. So you have a lot of good ultimates, or you have a lot of good tanks to use your ultimate on and take away their
Mhm.
stats. You can do some really weird, wonky stuff if
Ooh,
Leona's procking aftershock and you
yeah.
also use Trundle R during that, then you get some crazy amount of resistances, and you drop her resistances by quite a bit. So that's a little
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
because
mechanic you can use.
if Trundle manages to catch that Leona with her buff stats from Aftershock, he gets to keep them,
Yep.
which is a really scary thing if that Trundle picks
Ooh,
off this Leona with his ult at the right time. And
and they go
also,
Tom Kench.
yeah,
I don't
kind
agree
of
with
an
this
out of
pick.
pocket pick.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
it's
seen a
definitely out
whole
of
lot of Tom
pocket.
Kench.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't
Um,
agree with it, but it's just because you've already seen the Trundle, right? You definitely want to go for maybe a little bit more damage, something more fightery, because obviously that
right,
Trundle's living
something
in the
with the
jungle.
yeah, I would think especially gonna see the Lilia pick up here for well, actually, I mean, Lilia and Trundle can both flex top or jungle, so we're gonna have to wait till we're in the Rift to see that. But I think from the New York Muted side, it was kind of odd to see the Trundle lock and then see the Rise and the Tom Kench lock because you know you're thinking, okay, we see the Trundle, we don't want to give them a lot of great ultimates, and that Rise ultimate can be devastating if used right, and so obviously, I mean, Rise does play into Silas's lane really well. He can play passively while
Yeah.
still dealing damage and rooting and not putting himself in harm's way of the Silas. But I mean, you're just given all of that ultimate ability to Silas if you're just picking the crazy ults. I think, if you see the Silas, you want to then pick champions that have a better kit aspect than their ultimate, champions that can function without these game breaking ults.
Yeah, I mean, something like an Aatrox would have been good here in the top lane,
Yeah.
possibly an Irelia even would have been
Yeah.
nice, because even if Silas is stealing your ultimate, he's not getting that full value of resetting like Irelia would, but yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Champions
Rise.
that
Yeah, like you said, champions that have really good QWEs, right? Essentially,
mhm,
just their base kits are really, really nice, and
right.
I like the point that you bring up that Rise does lane really well into Silas, right? He can
Mhm.
get that EW spam off and really limit what Silas wants to do. The moment he wants Silas E's,
Right.
Rise can just EW, lock him up, walk away, or auto EW, get the phase rush is what I presume he's gonna go into his
I would
keystone.
imagine.
Yeah.
And I think yeah, and I mean Rise, it's not like Rise takes a whole lot of setup to get that protection, you know? It's not like you have to position your Oriana ball for the shockwave or you have to set up your traps with the Irelia to get the stun. It's just what is it, EW, EQ. But I mean it's so simple to lock down that Silas if he jumps on you. Rise farms under tower perfectly well. I think that's really a good pick into the Silas.
Yes. The thing is, Silas does have some pretty good ultimates to steal, looking on the side of the New York Mutants, right? He has a Leona ult if he wants to play that more catch and pick or pick and catch kind of game. He has the return MF ultimate, which is really, really devastating if he gets a good angle on
Mhm.
you. He even has Volley Bear and Tom Kench ultimate to either keep his teammates
Yeah.
safe or, keep himself safe, right? He can Volley Bear into a fight, Volley Bear ult out of a fight, gain that extra
Uh-huh.
HP, potentially turn off towers. Like, Silas's dive potential, if he steals Volibear ultimate, skyrockets even higher. And if
Yeah.
you're looking at a lane to dive, you definitely want to dive this MF Leona, right? With Thresh,
Yeah.
Tristana, Trundle there. And the hidden pick with Trundle is that he can also just interrupt the Rise ultimate.
Mhm.
He can interrupt the Tom Kench dive when he wants to do that. If he's holding pillar correctly, he can cause a lot of problems, even on the MF ultimate as well. Because you want to stop
Yeah.
her, you just have to knock her out of it.
Yeah, he could deal with the Leona hook too. He Trundle shuts down a lot of what New York Mutants is trying to do, assuming that he has good pillar placement and holds it for
Mhm.
when needed. Um, I I would like to see a lot of, obviously, I think the Silas here are gonna be picking up the Volley Bear, the Rise ult for those really good ganks, and then possibly a Misfortune ult or a Leona ult for in team fights. I would like to see some solo picks with the Tom Kench ult though, because it's kind of funny to get 8, by a champion that's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
Find
see if he can
somebody
get the
off in the
licks off.
jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those characters that just kind of both of these champions, right? As we get in confirmation now that the Lilia will be going into the top lane against Tom Kench,
Hmm.
both of these champions have been pretty much newly introduced into the top lane, right? They were one of them was a jungle pick, another one was a purely support pick. Their kits got reworked a little bit. Lilia got
Yeah.
some extra healing on her kit.
Yes.
Tom Kench pretty much got a mini rework, right? His
Yeah.
W became his ultimate, and his ultimate became his W. His
Yeah.
E
Yeah.
cooldown's reduced. His Q gives health regen now if you hit a champion. So there's a lot of little wonky mechanics when it comes to both of these champions. They've definitely warped the top lane, I would
Yes.
say, atmosphere or ground or whatever you want to say it, right? They've warped that lane, and both of these champions kind of play the laning phase unfairly.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I like this top lane matchup too because like Tom, I mean, people may not think about it, but Tom Kench can be really, really dangerous to fight pre-6. He does way more damage than you would expect a tank to do, right? So he's super hard to trade with, especially from the slow from his Q, from his lick. But Lilia, getting the movement speed off of her abilities has such good roams. Truly, and like even if she feels like it, she could be throwing balls from top lane down to mid just to get some of that disruption when she has chances to. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think especially with the Trundle being a jungler that wants to be around the map at all points if possible, I think we're possibly going to see quite a lot more rotation from Wardens than we are going to be New York Mutants.
Yeah, and the thing with Trundle is he kind of wants to be there to counter gank, right? He's not
Mhm.
somebody that you traditionally see. Like he, of course, he can start a gank off, right? He can pillar
Right.
first, throw his frozen domain down, look to chomp you, but he works or he excels best when he's counter ganking a jungler, right? When the volley
Hmm.
bear's coming in and he's queuing in and he's trying to E and everything like that, and Trundle just uses one of his abilities, the pillar, to disrupt all of that CC, all of that damage,
Hmm.
and then re-engages with his WQ, chomps onto your team, and that's where I think he really excels. So
Right.
if he can really read Solomon Khan's pathing and really where he wants to go, I think this Trundle pick will work wonders against the New York Mutants.
Yes.
But
Yes.
New York Mutants
And
have a really good team fight composition, right? They
yeah.
have the
Yeah.
Leona MF, they have the double tank in the front lines with Volley Bear, Tom Kench. Like they have a really well-rounded composition with like a mid-range mage, two frontline
Hmm.
tankers, and then just a really good long-range ADC and somebody to lock up for that
Hmm.
ultimate.
Yeah, the Leona Misfortune Volley Bear has been a 3 of that we've been seeing a lot of here in scrims, games, worlds. It is a 3 of deadly combo that has been seeing a lot of play time recently because all of those champs, Misfortune is the most picked ADC right now. She's like the most favorite to
Mhm.
overperform at worlds right now because she's a little bit overtuned. And also, just she has the best team fight ult in an ADC. Absolutely. Um, but yeah, it feels like they just went tried and true classic team fight composition. And it feels like Wardens is going to have to work a little bit harder to get to that backline too, because if they're not able to get to the Misfortune or the Rise, I don't know that they clean up those team fights. But I think they should be able to do it, with the Stylus Dash, the Tristana Jump, Thresh Hook, Trundle and Lilia being super fast movement roamers. I think they have a good chance as long as they can focus on getting to that back line.
Yeah, and just watching this game, kind of unravel will be really interesting. This is the first game of these two teams. It's currently 0-0 for both of these teams, so they
Hmm.
definitely want to come out with a win here and just setting the pace and setting the stage, right? Like
Yes.
it's usually if you're and
Yep.
as we've actually talked through the in-game delay, we're actually going to go straight into the game here. On the blue side, we do have the New York Mutants. On the red side, I believe we do have the Wardens of the North.
Yes.
But yeah, it's making a statement, right? Winning game one.
Yeah.
If you guys watch NBA basketball, winning game one super important in best of sevens. If you watch football, like scoring the first touchdown can be really, really, really
Ooh,
important,
and
right?
we might
Oh,
see
is this
a
a stack?
five-man dive on the bot lane here.
Yeah, this looks
Possi
like they're just stacking for an invade, possibly.
it's possible they're just feeling each other out, but, uh, oh, no, they're gonna back off here. Yeah, so I think they're just feeling it out. Try because, like you said, both teams are new. They don't know if they're gonna go with some cheese strat or, whatever's going on. But it looks like it's gonna be a fairly normal start.
Yeah, I mean, 5-point defense coming out from the Wardens of the North here. While,
Mhm,
like you said, New York was potentially just stacking, it looked like, for a potential
mhm,
invade. I mean, we don't know what's happening in scrims, right? These guys are scrimming probably a lot more than we know. And, maybe the Wardens like to invade bot side. They maybe like to do all this kind of shenanigans. But
mhm.
pretty standard jungle starts from both sides. Both of these individuals are going to start on their bot side. Both of them are going to get leashed. Both teams will know that they're getting leashed. So, if you're top lane, either side, if you're top lane, you should be really warding around that 2 minute
Wow.
45 to 3 minute 15 mark. This is a PSA to anybody that's watching. If you're playing solo queue, just ward around the 3 minute mark. That's usually when
Yeah.
junglers are going to gank, guys.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, with Trundle having such a good counter gank, I think it's on more. Ooh, gonna get some fighting here in the mid lane. It's gonna be just about an even trade. A little bit more damage on Rise's side, but yeah, I think Vision is gonna be super. Obviously, Vision's a super important part of League. It can make or break games, but this Trundle wants to know where the Volley Bear is at all times, just about, so that he can effectively use those counter ganking options. So uh,
Yeah.
it's going to be up to the pink wards and to give this Trundle the
Ooh,
ability.
hook
Oh, and
land.
that's going to be a hook. Is it? Oh, that is going to be a first blood from Karis on the Tristana.
Yeah,
Spicy already.
that was just a level 2 advantage coming out, and now top lane is
And
trading, and you said it here, right? Tom Kench
yeah,
really dangerous to trade into
yeah,
early game.
exactly. Oh, I feel
Ooh.
like Tom Kench, if he had burned that flash, he probably could have killed Lilia there. Uh, Probably not wanting to oversend, but oh, and that is going to be another hook. Wow. Yeah, it looks like the threat just said, "I hit two. I'm gonna hook. We're gonna kill. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy." Oh, okay. Oh, and that
Is he gonna
is
go
that
for the
gonna be a
dive?
kill?
One more Q?
No. Oh, oh,
Ooh!
oh, the tower. Oh, he backed off and got the tower kill on the Tom Kench. We're gonna get some fighting. Wow, this is just a slugfest out of the gate. Oh, Tom Kench running down the Trundle. Oh, Volley Bear running down the Trundle. My apologies.
Yeah, Volley Bear running down the Trundle,
Man, two
trying to
kills,
fight
only
him.
4 minutes.
Yeah, small 800 gold lead going for the Wardens of the North, right? That bot lane, like you said, they just hit level 2 and they instantly jumped onto the MF Leona. They can't really
Mhm,
answer either. And Solomon Khan doing a good job for New York's trying to cover this mid lane and
mhm.
top lane. Was able to fight
Yeah,
was able to fight the Trundle here, just able to really, you know,
get away. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I think, yeah, and especially, I think basically what happened was like, I think Wardens of the North realized, hey, if we oh, and that's going to be an engage from the Silas. He's going to get stunned. They're both going to walk away relatively alive. But yeah, I think Wardens of the North just realize, hey, we're going to hit two first. And if we do, this is going to be our only chance to realistically kill them. Leona is so good at keeping her laner alive. And Misfortune with that movement speed can get away relatively unscathed from a lot of fights. So I think they just took that advantage. The like 10 to 15 second window where they were a level up.
Yeah, now the game has kind of slowed down a bit, right? Both teams burned some sums. I mean, you saw Rise had to burn the sums against Zushi on the Silas, but just bot lane as well. That
Mm,
death that happened, actually, New York Mutants didn't actually burn any summoners at all,
yeah,
funnily
no.
enough. And same thing with Mini Soko in the top lane, right? He was diving, didn't respect the ramping tower damage that happens, and
Yes.
it does catch a lot of people off guard sometimes. It's just, they're not respecting it. They're holding on to their sums. This is, like I said, their first tournament or their first match game this tournament or this in this league. So probably some,
Mm,
jitters, first game jitters, probably some pressure here for both of them. These guys are being streamed on the main channel as well, so that definitely
yes.
has to kind of work into their heads.
Yep. And yeah, especially not respecting that early game tower ramp up is
Ooh, that's a solo
and
kill?
that is gonna be a kill from Mini Soko. He's gonna get the slow and the lick and just run Lilia down. Oh, he's gonna be engaged fighting in the mid lane from the Silas. He's not gonna get the kill though, and he's gonna walk away.
Yeah, but he looks like he's
Um,
now finally getting the better of these trades here. Kingslayer, one of
yeah.
those abilities that just is so broken in my opinion, right? It heals you so much, even though they nerfed it. Yeah, look at that.
Mhm. Oh, and it's gonna be the flash from the volley bear. Oh, and then it's gonna be a kill with the volley bear gank.
Yeah, and just nice follow-up from Solomon Khan, right? We talked about counter
Mhm.
gankings, how important it was for this Trundle, but Solomon Khan just hovering around mid, taking advantage of Slushi's over aggressiveness. His willing to
Yes.
just double E in consistently, right? He was pretty much using that ability on cooldown on this rise.
Yes. Yes. Um, yeah. I mean, he definitely realizes like Silas here and trying to take advantage of how squishy the rise is and get those early kills so that he can ramp up and possibly carry the game. And Volibear, I believe, understands that and is hovering around the mid lane to take advantage of that over aggressiveness.
Not much action has been seen in this bot lane since that kill. Oh, and as I say that, the hook lands. Okay.
Oh, not going to come to anything though.
Yeah, it's one of those hooks where you just land it just for the damage, right? You don't want to
Right.
take that in. You don't want to take the Pony Express in there and
Yes.
flay it. It'll be really bad. But
Yeah.
Chief Patar and Karis here just really good job controlling this division, right? Clearing out the
Yeah.
pink wards in the
Yes.
try, keeping themselves safe, making sure that Solomon Khan cannot gank this lane. And he's one of those champions that really gets hard countered by the Thresh Lantern, right? He doesn't have a traditional
Oh,
gap closer as
we're gonna see the gang from the jungle here. Is this gonna be a kill? Oh no, he's gonna get out with the old.
yeah, because the
Uh,
pillar was used for the gank. The pillar was
yes.
used pre portal, right? Or
Uh,
pre ultimate portal. So now, Rise can pretty much just ult out of there for free as long as he doesn't get CC'd by the Silas. And he did a really good job weaving in and out between those minions. So he gets out
yes.
pretty much
Yes.
scot free, but that's damage done. Damage taken, damage done. He will have to probably play a little bit safer.
Yes, yes. Without that ultimate, he's gonna have to play a lot more passively, probably farm under tower. I do think that was just a split decision call by the Trundle. No, Trundle though, because it's either use the pillar now, and he's gonna have to ult out, or don't use the pillar, and he just gets to walk away scot free. So, I think he did make the better of the two options. He did end up having to burn ult there. And rank one rise ult is like 120-second cooldown. It's pretty
Yeah, I think it's like
drastic.
2 minutes. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right. It is like 2 minutes here. Ooh, another hook lands.
Oh,
Oh,
he
he's
is gonna
going
go over the wall
in.
into a three-man. Oh, he's gonna flash over the wall as to not get caught out by the Leona MF.
Yeah, he took that hook and then immediately was like, "Oh wait, there's like 3 people
I
on the
think
other
I
side."
I think he possibly thought that his mid laner was coming down and that the Trundle
Oh,
was a little bit closer. Ooh, not gonna die from the tower. He's gonna flash over the wall though. Trundle here getting run down by Volibear and Leona.
yeah. Is he gonna be able to pop the Q from Volley
Uh,
Bear here?
I
Oh,
think he's. Oh, that's gonna be the Tom ult into the kill. Man, what an unfortunate position to be in.
yeah, but bot lane turrets are gonna be taken because Leona did look to roam actually on the
Hmm.
top side for New York Mutants here, and you don't want to leave Tristana alone with a turret. Like that is not a good idea, right? She's one of those champions that just
Yeah.
will punish you, will take these turret plates, and will get a lot of gold for herself. So she's gonna be happy. She's actually 20 CS up, roughly 20 CS up on this MF. Now I
Yep.
believe she's taken 3 plates, so that's an extra about. Since they split it, I believe that's an extra
Oh,
240 gold in her pocket. Yeah, so she's
she
she's a she's a cool 1,000 ahead.
yeah, cool thousand ahead. Yeah, especially Tristana's one of the people like even if she doesn't have a lot of items, you can't get too careless about leaving her alone with your tower because she got that 50% increased attack speed on her kit. It's her Q, I believe.
Yeah.
So even early game, she can shred those towers with the best of them. That 50% attack speed is a full attack speed bonus from like a Wits End. That's
Yeah.
like a full item's worth of attack speed, and you have to respect that if you're going to leave your tower out in the open like that. Oh, and that is going to be the gank for the Trundle. Not going to come to a kill, but it is going to get this Rise to back off.
Now 4 plates in their pockets. Let's see if they can get away. Yep, she rocket jumps out.
Yep. I think that's a safe play, you know. They may have been able to pressure the tower even more, but I think they're just going to get it passively here after they back. Oh, this Lilia pressuring the Tom Catch. Yeah, and, you know, like we were talking about earlier, Tom Catch is deadly early game. He really has way more damage than you'd expect, or he probably should have pre-6. But Lilia is an AP carry that can get out of hand too, and it looks like that's what's happening. You know, cutting back to the top lane, Tom Kench being at a little bit less than half health, and the Lilia full health pushing his tower. So
Yeah, and the bowling ball does come out into that top lane. Look like Solomon Khan is just hovering in the top lane, looking
yep.
like he's just clearing his wolves and everything like that.
Yeah, it looks
Kara,
like he's just doing a full clear.
yeah, for everything that's happened, all the action that has transpired, and all the gold that's gone into the bottom laner's pocket here, the gold is
Oh,
pretty dead
is it
even.
going to be a gank from the Trundle?
Uh-oh.
Oh
Potentially
no,
will get spotted out.
he walked onto a ward. Oh, wait a second. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, she got to sleep, and there's the pillar.
Oh, but will he be able to tank? It's the tank, and Lily has to hit.
Oh, she flashed in. Oh, and that's the Volibear gank too. Man. Oh, Volibear got the kill on the Tristana. Oh, there is so much happening on the map right now.
Smite comes down from the Trundle.
Oh,
okay.
Tom Kench ended up pushing up too far after that gank, and Trundle hadn't left yet.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that ward. So for everything that happened, 1-for-1 across across the map from both sides. Tristana dying in the bot lane and Minisoko dying into that top lane here. Silas gonna jump onto the rise here. Ooh, gank comes in from Volibear.
Oh, okay, that is going to be the Lantern from the Fresh, pull the Silas out of harm's way. Gonna walk away basically unscathed.
Yeah, now some plate gold going into the side of MF and Leona here. Only one plate, unfortunately. First
And
dragon
he missions the hooks. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, and first dragon did get taken by the Wardens of the North here. They do have that early dragon control. Our next dragon will be a Cloud Dragon coming up in about 2 minutes. So we will either see an Earth or Mountain or Ocean Soul here, which will be really good for either team. So that early dragon control might come into effect later, right? Because both of these teams have a pretty good team fight. Like I said, I would give the edge to New York Mutants because they have that Leona MF, but it's not as if Wardens of the North can't do any damage, right? Silas steals the right ultimate. Tristana has the right positioning, and both of them will just wreak havoc onto your team.
Yes, for sure. Trundle having that early game dragon control is really good for Wardens. However, as the game goes on, it's going to be very dangerous for them to fight in either the dragon or the Baron pit without knowing exactly where that MF is. Because if you make a mistake and make a bad dragon or Baron call, that MF is going to punish you and just full wipe your team. And that's going to be the ult into the Tristana jump. He gets it off, though, and gets out of harm's way. But yeah, so we're going to see either a Mountain or an Ocean Soul. Good for both teams. I think Mountain is realistically a little bit better for New York Mutants, having the Volibear, Leona, and the Tom Kench being all three tanky tank/bruisers. I think that shield's going to go a long way. However, I think Ocean may be a little bit better for Wardens of the North, seeing it's that Silas, Lilia, and Trundle all like these extended trades where they can get the most out of that 2.5% healing.
Yeah, I think it's every like 4 seconds as well. If you damage somebody, it's kind of such a low cooldown, like you said, in those extended fights. It's just as Trundle is just gonna clear some wards. Dragon is coming up, so we'll maybe see a fight here if the New York Mutants want to engage here.
Yeah, so it
looks like Rise. Seems
It
like Rise
doesn't
of the
look
Glory
like they're
has
going to
it.
try to challenge this dragon, though. I
Yeah,
think
they'll
maybe not
probably
enough
wait.
vision, not enough rotation speed. Um,
It is that Ocean Soul, like you said, though.
yes, ooh, that is going to be great for Wardens. And yeah, like I said, so um, Silas, Lily, and Trundle all liking these extended bruisery fights. Trundle obviously being one of, if not the best 1v1 dueler in the game, maybe getting outclassed by Fiora just a little bit, but out of the junglers goes, he is the best 1v1 dueler. And that is going to make Ocean Soul amazing for them. Silas and Lilia also having those low cooldowns, lifesteal, wanting to buy the bruisery API. Oh, and that is going to be a team fight here at this tier 1. Oh, into the. Oh, what a great MF ult. That's going to be a double kill. She's going to get the Leona, or she's going to get the Thresh and the Lilia. Tom Kenshin's going to run the Silas down.
Oh, Tom
He's going
Kenny's
to eat
gonna.
him, and it's just not going to be enough. Oh, what a team fight.
Yeah, and it really looked like Wardens of the North had it there with the Thresh Hook where Chief Patar landed it, but they got turned around immediately. Like you said, that MF ult
Mhm.
was beautiful, and now, ooh, Rise just doing Rise things with his machine gun spell slinging abilities was able to take down the Trundle as well. And what was a fairly even game now was swung to about a 1,000 gold lead for the New York Mutants.
Yeah, they have managed to swing the gold lead in their favor. They are down on 2 drags, but they are 3 kills up and a gold lead. They're even on towers. Um, I think that team fight, obviously getting 3 picks there, 4 if you count the Rise killing the Trundle in the mid lane, was enough to give New York Mutants the advantage, as well as put them in a good place to be pressuring, despite the fact that 2 minutes ago we were looking at a fairly good game for Wardens of the North.
Yeah, slight gold lead still, or not slight, but a pretty solid gold lead for that
Mm.
Tristana in that bot lane. But if you look at that top lane discrepancy, Tom Kench is nearly 2,000 gold ahead of Lilia. So the
Yeah.
gold being distributed on different sides of teams, you can really see where they want to fight and how they want to fight. And MF pretty much going untouched in that little mid lane scuffle won them the fight, right? She got to get a
Yeah.
full ultimate rotation off. I'm pretty sure she got full damage on some of the members as well, just because
Yeah.
that, like I said, that Zenith Blade Solar Flare lockdown that Leona can do here. And now New York Mutants are looking to pressure this mid lane tower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was a beautiful setup for the MF, and like I said pregame, it really just depends on how well Wardens of the North are able to get to their backline, and in that instance, they just weren't able to crack their front peel.
Well, looks like they're going to try to
Oh,
fight
that's
this
gonna be
Rift
a
Herald
hook.
here.
Yes. Oh, and it's gonna be another full out team fight. Volibear ulting to get out, but was that a 5-man Lilia sleep? Oh my god, that's gonna be a double kill for Lilia. And Volibear MF gonna pick off the Silas. Tom Kench gonna get the Lily. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far. Tristana looking to pick off these. Oh, and they are. Wow, what an extended fight. There's gonna be 2 more kills for New York Mutants.
Oh, and the full ace coming out for New York
Oh.
Mutants here.
Oh, what a shame. That is going to be an ace for New York Mutants. And then Tom is just going to put that mid lane for free.
Yeah, and
It looked like such a good team fight at first. Rewarding too. What happened there?
yeah, it looks like Lilia she landed that 4-man sleep, and I thought that's where it was gonna end, right? Like, oh, 4-man sleep, your whole team can go in, they can start resetting. But MF staying alive for so long, getting her ultimate off, Nobody staying alive, peeling really well with the Zenith Blade Q on her stun, just really, really good positioning. And the members on New York Mutants, like I said, they have a very well-rounded team comp. They have a mid-range mage like Rise here,
Right.
who's going to get a lot of his damage off, right? He's got Everfrost. He's sitting on needs a Lardrad, a fully stacked tier. Like, he's going to start pumping out a lot of damage. Along with the MF, who has Kraken Slayer plus her ultimate, a Serena Dirk on the side, is really going to allow her to chew through any resistances that are inherently already there. And not
Mhm.
not anybody on the Wardens on the north side is building any armor, right? It's really just that Thresh. You just now see Trundle picking up that Bramble vest, right? And now Silas
Yeah,
just picked up a cloth armor, but
yeah,
a
yes,
little too late.
yeah. No, and I think it may have oh, and gonna use that pillar to get a team out safely. That could be the threshold to slow him down. Looks like it's gonna be a third team fight in 5 minutes. Wow. Oh, and that is a big volley, but he is gonna get killed. Tristan is gonna get the pick on the volley. Tom Kenshin gonna get the pick on the thresh.
Oh, Tom Kenshin.
Rise pick on the Silas. Rise pick on the Tristana. That is a double kill. Tom Kenshin gonna run this Lilia down, it looks like.
Oh, Tom
Oh,
Kenshin's
yeah.
gonna save the ultimate as well.
That is a triple kill for Rise. He is so ahead.
Yeah, now it's 17-9, almost 4K gold lead for the New York Mutants here. We're at the 21-minute mark as well. These guys can set their eyes to Baron when they want, and they look like that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna take the Rise ult, just save a little bit of time walking to the Baron while those cooldowns, the death timers, waiting for the Warden to respawn. But I think
Can Trundle steal this? Can he walk
that
in?
that is. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it now.
He has flash up. He doesn't
Oh,
have
is he?
smite though.
Oh no, he's just gonna die in this pit though. What a shame.
Yeah, no
That would
smite
have been
on
a
him.
Cinderella moment.
Yeah, that would have been really nice if he saved his smite there. Hook does land from Chief Batar here. Just on a backing. Rise flashing.
Oh, there, and that is a double. That is a double ultimate for Tristana just to get away. Man, that is 4 team fights in 8 minutes. 4 full-on team fights.
Yeah, and every single one of them, New York Mutants has won pretty
Yeah.
handily. Just that Rise is wreaking so much havoc. 8,900 gold to his name above his Silas, and he's gonna probably cash out, buy that fully stacked tier, get the Seraph's Angel. Yep, has a stopwatch to boot as well.
Yeah, and what a shame. I think that was. I think it really just a bad call from Wardens. Obviously, I understand the desperation flash trying to take the Baron from Chernal, but they continued to walk into a 4v5 at Dragon Pit without vision, even after they had got the Baron. I think truly was just a bad call on what fights they should and should not take.
Yeah, and you said it yourself in the beginning, right? You find it hard for the Wardens of the North to really access that backline, really get to anybody. And Rise is one of those champions that loves it when you run into him, right? He absolutely enjoys when you bunch up, clump up, so he can EQ, hit you with a huge AOE, and then also W and root one of your guys. And that just further facilitates the MF ultimate if he can get like a nice EQ slow, probably a root onto you. So this whole team is pretty well rounded for sure, but it's also each of the members of the team have an ability that can really set up this MF ultimate to get out to churn out maximum amount of damage.
Yeah, actually, every single member of this team has an ultimate that can set up MF ult. Rise can use it to put MF in the perfect position. Tom Kench can knock people up, eat somebody to throw them into a good position for the MF ult. Volibear could jump in, get the pressure for the MF ult. It really just has taken a wild turn from how this game started. And yeah, that Rise really doesn't care if you're at the end of his ability range or if you're in melee range with him. He doesn't care. He's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah, and he's got that Everfrost ready to lock you down even more and sling more abilities at you. But right now, I'd love to see New York Mutants kind of execute a more 1-3-1 as they're actually gonna die. Rise is gonna die here.
Oh, they're gonna get the pick and back off. That is good for Wardens of the North.
Oh, but can New York Mutants re-engage here?
Some good pillars. Oh, Silas can walk in, get stunned, and just stand there.
Yeah, MF is going to go untouched here.
The Volibear.
Oh, this could be the game end. New York Mutants can look to end. Three members of the Wardens of the North have death timers here. Can Trundle and Tristana defend?
Trade. Especially with that MF not getting picked off and having 2 tanks to peel for her, they could end here.
Oh, Baron has actually worn off, though.
Oh, what a shame.
Unfortunate for them. They'll probably just be waiting for that next dragon that's coming up in about a minute, looking to get their resets off, looking to spend their gold that they just so happily collected here. This is New York Mutants waiting room, right? I mean, I don't want to say it's over till it's over, but it's about a what, 8,000 gold lead for the New York Mutants. They're right
Yeah,
now just recalling, gonna get their items. Each of the members on the New York Mutants side are pretty much an item or an item and a half ahead, right? I mean, just look at the MF. Infinity Edge, Kraken Slayer Collector to a Kraken Slayer PD Tristana, and yeah, she's one of those. Oh,
you're going to
actually
be
does
the
buy the
Lord Dom.
LDR.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's going to be LDR, which is going to be a good call for the Tristana. She's having trouble getting to that backline, so instead of going super bursty, she's going to want to just burn these tanks down, which is totally fine. I think, especially having three tanks, if she could deal with the tanks, then, MF can't do much on her own.
yeah, she's gonna see if this Tristana can live long enough, right? She's gonna have to be wailing
Yes.
away at some meaty health bars with this
Yeah.
LDR. Definitely help her cut through, like you said. But Dragon is up. Both teams are posturing Soundwave. We're gonna not see a fight at all because that Dragon goes
No,
down instantly.
instantly. Yep, Wardens of the North are just going to back off here. Any hopes that they had to fight for that dragon, gone now. And what a shame, too, because, I mean, if New York Mutants get Soul Point and then Soul, that's 4 Ocean Drags for them. That is an insane amount of sustain for their fights. They could just sit in Nexus all day and just rack up kills if they felt like it.
Yeah, they gotta push this bottom lane tier two.
Oh,
And the engage comes
that could
out.
be the hook from the Leona into the kill.
Soundwave.
Yep. Oh, so I'm just shocked. It is a full out slugfest here. Minions are gonna get that turret. Thrashing's gonna get the pick on the MF. Gonna get that shutdown gold. That's just gonna be the ace and a double kill from the Tom, and that's gonna be game.
Yeah, that looks like it will be the game end here. Both towers being taken down, Nexus being collected, 50 gold into their pockets, and game one goes
50 gold into their pockets. Man, that was
to
kind of an anticlimactic end to the game. I was hoping for a redemption arc for Wardens.
it was close until it wasn't, right,
Yeah,
Soundwave? It was
yeah,
really nice, really close up until that 15-minute mark, and then I think the turning point for me was when that mid lane fight happened where Thresh hooked into the Leona, and it looks like they had a pick, and then they took that fight, and MF just got a free ultimate off there, unfortunately.
yeah, right under the tier 1
Mhm.
blue side tower. And then continued and then proceeded more team fights. Really just, I'm the kind of person that when I'm playing League, it's like if they want if they want to win, they can beat me, right? They're not going to get the surrender from me. They're going to have to beat me for it at the end of the day. But I think at a certain point, you have to say, like, hey, there's just too much of a gap here.
Yeah, and now they're gonna set their sights onto game two. And what adjustments do you want to see from the Wardens of the North here, Soundwave?
I would like to see first off, I would like to see the volley bear ban. Straight up, volley bear provides so much rotation potential. Tower dive, and if they're gonna go for that slightly squishier backline dive comp, volley bear really needs to be a targeted ban. Tom Kench potentially also. I know Minisoko has quite a few top lane picks, so it's fairly hard to ban him out of the game.
Yeah, Mini Soko has a bunch of picks there. I think just taking the MF away would probably be better because I feel like she's the de facto number one ADC right
Yeah.
now, and
Yes.
and just
Or
allowing.
first picking.
Yeah, they could have taken it away, right? Wardens of the North could have
Right.
just taken it away because New York Mutants did lock in that Leona. They locked in the support first, so taking away MF, possibly even locking in, MF, Alistar, MF, um, you know, Thresh. Well, it would have
Mhm.
been nice there. A lot of setup for her, but
Yes.
unfortunate. Even MF Amumu, right? A support that we've been
Yes.
seeing a
Yes.
lot of in solo queue. That would have been a really strong combination for them. But
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
that game, we are actually going to take it to a very short break while we get the players loaded into the pro draft.
Yep, good to go. How's it going, guys? We are back with the draft for Game 2, New York Mutants versus Wardens. Game 1 goes to New York Mutants, and we'll hop right into Game 2. See some speculation bans, possibly. Look to ban those hard carries from last game, hopefully.
Yeah, New York Mutants opting for the blue side here, and Wardens of the North taking the red side again. First champion that is being banned out from the New York Mutants. It looks like it is actually going to be a. Oh,
Orn.
oh wait, what did blue ban anything here?
So
Was it?
war bans first.
Oh yeah,
Um,
oh yeah.
yeah, Orn is, I believe.
No, there is actually a drafting bug issue
Oh,
here with a draft law GG here. So we may have to remake the draft really quickly, but
yes,
yeah, just to give us a moment to talk about, kind of what happened in the last game and also just kind
mhm,
of the adaptations, right? We did talk about, possibly taking the MF away from the New York Mutants, possibly
yes,
locking in that Amumu MF. Um bot lane that we've been seeing in solo queue. You said ban the volley bear away. I mean, I think Rise was really effective. You also mentioned, New York Mutants not recognizing that they had a lead early and really pushing it, and instead playing a bit more
Wardens, sorry.
passively. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the Wardens not being able to push the lead that they may have had early on and not really recognizing because they did get a nice solo double kill, I believe, in the bot lane, and they also did
Yes.
get a kill in the top lane, and they just
Mhm.
weren't able to execute onto that.
Right, yeah, it just felt like they didn't follow through or recognize that they had the lead and, didn't take advantage of it like they should have and gave time and breathing room to,
Mhm.
New York Mutant to set up for those couple of team fights, that they crushed. Um, but yeah, as far as picks and ban goes, I think that MF is either a first pick or a first ban for Wardens of the North because Tristana and MF are Karis's two main picks there, his hard carries. So they could go to ban the MF and pick the Tristana, or they could go to ban. Yes, we are
Okay,
back with draft. It's going to
draft
be a
is
first
up.
ban Pike.
Yeah, Ornn being banned out. These guys are blazing through the bans
Yeah.
right now. Nocturne being banned.
Oh, and
Tom Kench taken away.
action. It's not going to be a ban in the MF. There's the volley bear ban.
Yeah, so big three beefy boy bands coming out from the Wardens
Yes.
of the North here, while New
Yes.
York Mutants pretty much sticking to the bands that they did last game. They didn't see that anything was really a problem. They didn't identify or think that the Thresh, the Tristana, the Lilia, any of these champions were really ban worthy here. So they're just gonna stick with their three bands, and if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think they're just banning out what they are most, and that's going to be the rel pick from New York Mutants. That is, I believe, the most played champion for their support. I don't
Mhm.
know if it's a one trick, but I do believe it is their most played, most
Yeah, that
comfortable pick.
and that was banned out from the Wardens of the North
And
last game. But
Wardens
yeah,
is going to take away that MF into the
ooh,
Alistair. Ooh, like you said. Ooh, you called it.
yeah. Alistar being a really good pick also into the rel, seen as one of the more traditional kind of counters or a soft counter
Yes.
because the moment Rel tries to jump in, Alistar can immediately headbutt her away. But yeah, MF Alistar being taken from Wardens of the North here. Really nice takeaway on the MF. And just Alistar pairing up with it so nicely. Can peel, can set up, can do essentially both roles for MF,
Yes.
right? Trundle
You,
being picked from the Mutants
yes.
though.
Oh, into the Samira pick. Samira can flex mid or bot, so we're gonna have to wait for the next pick to see where she is. Most likely, she's gonna be bot with that rel though. That's a lot of engage for that bot lane side.
And that's a lot of follow-up knockup for that Samira, right? The
Ooh,
moment somebody gets CC'd, you can immediately knock them up. And this is a Zed from the Wardens of the
mm,
North. This can be put again into the mid lane or the jungle, right? These
yes,
wonky jungle buffs that have been happening lately.
yeah. Zed
Silas being taken out from the Wardens of the North here, and yeah, New York
Shen
Mutants
buff
still gonna
from
ban.
New York Mutants.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, there were a couple wonky jungle buffs a couple 2 or 3 months ago. I think specifically Zed and Kindred got pretty nice jungle buffs.
Talon as well.
Yes, Talon. Yes, Talon. Um, yeah, being able to flex from that mid lane. I don't know that there's going to be an Aatrox. Oh, no, it's going to be a Jax ban from Wardens. Oh, no, into the Mordekaiser. They're just trying to play, into the Urgot. So, yeah, just a lot of beefy boys coming off of this potential rift. But, yeah, I don't know that I necessarily like the Zed seeing the Rel, Trundle, and Samira pick. Zed not exactly going to be able to deal with the Rel or Trundle. And Samira, her pseudo wind wall can deal with a lot of that burst. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, she has, she can block the shurikens, right? She can block the shurikens. The Malphite coming out from New York Mutants, and that's just a really nice pick. That can get onto the MF almost instantly, right? The moment MF ults, she essentially locks herself in place. Cancel it for sure, but it's gonna give enough time for Malphite here to just really ult her, lock her up, and allow Samira to follow up with their ultimate. And is that a Gwen being picked up as well? Possibly?
Yes, that looks like it's going to be a top lane Gwen, which tells us that it's going to be Malphite support instead of Malphite top. Yeah, Malphite just, I gotta say, just it's the scariest ult in the game. I don't think there's any competition about that. If Malphite's around, you have to back up. You have to respect him, because even as a tank, Malphite can one-shot Zed, Misfortune, Diana if he catches them out of lane. If he catches them in a bad position, he can full combo them and just take them out, make them a non-issue.
Yeah, and Set being picked up as the last pick for Wardens of North here. Gonna go into that top lane. So Zed, it looks like it's a Zed mid, Diana jungle, and a Set top with a Alistar Misfortune bot lane. And on the side of New York Mutants, it looks like it is a Trundle jungle, Gwen top, right?
Yes, Gwen top, Malphite support, I imagine.
Where's the Rel going?
Oh,
I believe it's Malphite mid. Could be possibly Malphite mid.
Do you think we're gonna see a Dark Harvest full AP Malphite here?
I could. I mean, that's not a bad pick, right? It doesn't allow for that burst, allows for that catch potential.
No, it's a good pick, and I mean, he doesn't lanes. If he's going full AP, gonna be kind of hard for him on the CSN because Zed's gonna get that poke and can potentially one shot him at level 6. But man, that feels almost like a little bit of a BM pick. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's a legitimate pick, but AP Malphite is a little disrespectful here.
No, it could just be a full tank, right? But then you'd lack on the damage side, right? Because then you only have really Gwen Samira, which, look, Gwen Samira, they do fine damage, right? When Gwen gets her double 2-item power spike, when Samira gets her ultimate going, they do a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong, but you want to have, like you said, that rock in the mid lane. And really, New York Mutants have a literal rock in the mid lane, but
literal rock. Yeah, I think the issue here for New York Mutants is that all of their damage, I would say probably 75% of their damage is sitting in their Gwen, in their Samira, both of which are champions that take a little bit of setup to get online. As far as just the overall game goes, they need a couple items to get to their power spikes, but also their actual kits require setup too. Gwen had to have specific conditions for her ultimate to go off, along with Samira. So I think that may be a drawback to New York Mutant draft pool here, is that they don't have consistent damage off the bat.
Yeah, Wardens of the North definitely have a better, I would say, 5v5 team composition. They have the Alistar, MF, Diana, right? There's so much follow-up. If Diana lands that QER onto your backline or onto the Samira, she's not going to be able to block that damage, right? She can't use her Blade Whirl and dot and block everything. That's a Diana in your face, right? With her ultimate coming crashing down. And Set has some really good targets to ult here as well, right? The Trundle, the Malphite, the Rel. I mean, if he ults one of those members into your team, he can do a lot of extra bonus damage with his ultimate.
Yeah, Especially, I think the set may have been a direct counter pick to the Malphite here, because I imagine before we saw that Gwen pick, I thought they probably thought this may have been a Malphite support. So assuming that Malphite isn't full AP, let's say he stacks up armor, takes advantage of his passive and his kit. That's going to be huge for Set because Set's ultimate gives him scaling off of the armor of the enemy champion. Malphite, able to stack more armor because of his passive than just about any other champion in the game. That could be huge for Set. But yeah, also, looking at this, their biggest engage is the Malphite ult, the Rel jump, both of which Alistair can knock out of the air. Rel ult or Rel jump a little bit easier for the Alistair. Malphite ult is kind of a hair trigger decision. Have to be quick with those reactions if you want to get it, but still possible.
Yeah, and Trundle doesn't really have any good targets to ult here. It looks like it was just a takeaway from Kopeski here,
Yeah.
more than just a pick for Solomon Khan. They did ban his Volibear out, so he did default to a different jungler. But I mean, you can ult the Alistar, but that Alistar is going to build not. He's going to build tanky, but he does have that just innate damage
Yes.
reduction that comes out from his ultimate, right? So he can kind of cheat. He can kind of cheat being tanky in the early game because he has that
Yes.
ability because he has that ultimate here.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
really,
and
the only target you could really do is set.
even Set gets a lot of his stats and his pseudo tankiness from his grit,
Mhm.
from his W. A lot of that innate tankiness on Set comes from his W, that shield. Set can be very bruisery, very very aggressive if he feels like it. More so often in the top lane or as a jungle pick. But yeah, I think Trundle doesn't have a whole lot of great targets here.
Yeah, it does not have a whole lot of great targets here. But on that note, we are going to get everybody out of the spectator delay, get them loaded up onto the Rift. So don't go anywhere for the E League United Season 2, Week 1, Game 2 between the New York Mutants and the Wardens of the North.
Oh yeah, gonna load up onto the Rift here. Got 10 seconds in the spectator delay. So
Are we clear?
early predictions from you.
Oh,
Yeah, Shibby, early predictions from you. How do you think this early game looks? What do you think about this laning phase?
laning phase wise, I think Samira Rel might have the edge, right? If Rel can just get the right crash
Mhm.
down onto the MF here, there's not much Alistar can do other than W the Rel away. As
Mhm.
Samira is opting in for the exhaust instead of the
Oh,
heal here, which it's
yes.
okay. I like the ability; it allows her to 1v1 a little bit more. Um,
Hmm.
I'm paused at 5. Yep.
All right, and we are going to load into this game here. Yeah, I think you're just about on the money. Samira obviously being a super aggressive, almost assassin type ADC, obviously being able to switch between that range mode and the melee mode, getting that extra damage when she gets close enough. I do think that Alistair has some work on him. He's gonna be have to he's gonna have to be ready with that push. Just about every time the rebel decides to jump in. And we
Yeah, and
could we could see something that I'd love to see from Alistair's is that cheeky flash push back into the tower if the Samira decide to step up though. So that's a
yeah,
possibility. That's a very real possibility for an early kill here from Wardens of the North.
yeah, both teams opting in for a 5-point defense here. So no, no invading shenanigans, nothing like that. That's
No.
gonna happen. It looks like it's just gonna be a pretty clean uh jungle starts for both members here.
Yeah. Yep. We're just gonna see these 5 point starts from both teams. Uh, yeah, and we're just gonna go into our normal. It does look like The jungle for New York Mutants is going to start at his blue, though.
Yeah, he's gonna get that top side leash instead. It looks like it'll be spotted out. I think that ward, that red side ward, is actually in Jungle's
Yes, it
camp here.
is. It is. Yeah, and I mean Trundle's starting the blue. Good for him. He gets extra
Oh,
mana.
Thresh.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Set hits the face pull here. And just for note, everybody, that me and Soundwave are switching casting duties for this game. We both want to get some practice in, so I will be doing your play-by-play, and Soundwave will be your color caster for this game. Oh,
Yeah, gonna be a fairly uneventful early game. Looks like there's some.
oof.
Oh no!
Polarized WQ goes in, Crashdown comes in, the Make It Rain comes down, and the level 2 coming out from Chief Patar and Karis. They're not going to burn any slums here, but get some good damage coming out from that trade. And you were saying it, right? You were just about to say it. Not too much excitement going around, and then that happens in the bot lane.
Yeah, I spoke too soon, it seems like. A very good trade for that bot lane, burning that Samira down to half health while walking out basically unscathed.
Yeah, pretty much unscathed here. But now Rel and Samira have hit that level 2. The trading in the top lane, Scale is playing very, very well, right? He's just trying to trade aggressively into this Gwen, and it does look like it is going to be a AP Malphite for now. Solomon Khan down here, WQ, Pulverize happens, but the Trundle Pillar goes down. Samira dashes in, burning on the MF. Pillar goes down, MF does not have sums. No flash, no one bite, 2 bite, 1 auto.
And that is
blood Samira!
That is going to be a kill for New York Mutants.
Yeah, kill in the pockets of the New York Mutants here. But Scale looking to land the Haymaker onto Minisoko, getting the better of that trade. And Solomon Khan was just there for that counter gank. And now looks Kapesk is in some trouble here. Frozen Domain goes down. Pillar goes down. Kapesk has to flash. Shurikens go down and some return damage. But overall, Pillar for flash. Solomon Khan will take that.
Yeah, good early game for Solomon Khan here. And it's going to be the... Ooh. That is a dive from the Rel getting the tower shot. Oh, and then it's going to be a double kill for the bot lane.
Yep. And now we're just going to see some mid lane trading going on here. Looks like the game has slowed down a bit, but New York Mutants are up 4-0, 2,000 gold lead. And as I say that, Slushi looks for the kill. Ignite goes down. Toad is going to burn, but he's going to be fine there because he's a very tanky Malphite.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is going to be 1 sum each from this mid lane. Slushi burning his Ignite, Malphite burning his Flash. But both parties are going to walk out with their lives.
Yeah, Malphite TPing back into lane. It's going to look like he will be doing fine, though, at what it looks like here. Just going to be taking it slow. Probably... Oh, actually, he's going to pick up those plated steel caps here, so he'll be nice. Thresh going to look to face pull the Gwen here.
Yeah, it seems like to be fair, the score is 4-0 here at 5.5 minutes. Feels like a little bit slower of a game from last match, though.
Yeah, not as much team fights are necessarily happening. It's more individual kills or just kind of individual outplays. Yeah, more lane kills for sure. It's definitely not devoid of action or not devoid of any action, but it's not those skirmishes that we were seeing, right? I think we saw, 4 team fights in 8 minutes or something like that?
Yes. We saw 4 team fights by the 20-minute mark, I believe. However, New York Mutants does have a 2K gold lead. Not the same story as the last game.
No, yeah, it was a lot closer in that early game. Solomon Khan looks to be taking the dragon unnoticed here. I believe he did use the blast cone to get over, so snuck around any vision that would have seen him. So he's looks like he's gonna get this fairly free. Went Tiamat rush as well after that gank into the bot lane So he's going to have some extra damage onto him. And that'll be a very, very early Infernal Dragon being secured for the New York Mutants. And that's going to be nice into their pockets.
Yeah, and you can see that this bot lane from New York Mutants has great positioning, because even if Wardens of the North had realized, if their bot lane had realized that he was on drag, they were positioned.
Minisoko, Unstoppable Force comes out onto Capet.
The
Needlework goes down. And now the fight keeps going, and it looks like Set wants a piece of this Hollowed Mist. Set ults the Malphite in. Slushy is here. He has the Zed ultimate, ults the Malphite. Looks to get a double shuriken off. Doesn't die just yet. Oh my god, Toad lives! Scale is fighting, but he cannot fight. It's a 1v3 in the top lane, and now an engage into the bot lane. Nothing's gonna happen. Set's gonna walk it out here. An overall 2-for-0 on the New York Mutants side. Soundwave, what happened there?
Oh man, that was just a bad string of occurrences.
Pillar comes down.
Go back into this fight.
Chomp comes down. Haymaker comes down, but Solomon Khan's going to easily tank that up and take the third kill. So overall, 3-for-0 in that extended team fight. A 3.5 thousand gold lead for the New York Mutants. You were saying, Soundwave?
Yeah, just a bad string of occurrences. Malphite, like I said pre-game, he hit 6 and immediately took advantage of it. That, like I said, that Malphite ult is a game changer every time it comes out. There's a saying among people that play Malphite: one ult, one kill, and that's really just what we're seeing here. Every time you ult, you should be killing somebody. And yeah, just too much pressure in that river for Wardens of the North to come back from. I will say, unexpected turn of occurrences to see Toad walk out from that, getting Zed ulted and ignited, and still going to walk away with a pretty 100 health.
Yeah, I mean, he is a beefy boy, like you said, abusing that armor, rushing the plated steel caps as well, just so detrimental against Zed, who doesn't have that really, really early armor pen just yet. Did build lethality, did build the serrated Dirk, but that's only for base resistances. Once Malphite picked up, like you said, that armor, once he picks up a little bit of that armor, a little bit of plated steel caps, he's going to be just infinite, or not infinitely, but insanely more tankier.
Yes. And I think, especially, I mean...
Kapeska is here. Hextech is going to dodge the ultimate. Does get the ultimate. Diana ults in. Inferno Trigger does come out, and Nubity is stuck between 3 people. Hopefully they can kill the gift of this MF, and they're actually going to give it to Kapeska here. A beautiful gank coming out from Diana, securing both, getting the kill. And now Minisoko and Scale are fighting. Scale ultimates. Gwen here. Gwen's going to put the needlework down. Is going to live. Neither top laners are going to die after that ultimate trade. The ignite went down for Minisoko as well. Both top laners playing it on a knife's edge.
Yeah, amazing that they trade ultimates under that tower and both walk away with their lives. But that bot lane fight, yeah, I think Wardens of the North.
Okay.
No, he's just gonna walk away.
But that bot lane fight.
Yes, that bot lane fight, they just took advantage of Rel making that mistake, which I think is where Wardens of the North want to be. Rel jumped in. She did get the stun, but she was in the middle of 3 full health people and popped her ult when she had, I can't see the health totals. I can see the health bars. I'm going to guesstimate probably about 400, 300 health. So definitely feels like a mistake when she probably should have just backed up. I imagine she just didn't want to get her bot laner killed, though. Unfortunately, they were able to pick up that kill too. So, just hindsight 2020. But yeah,
Salute, she getting a nice double Shuriken E combo onto Toad. Brings him pretty much from full down to 25% HP. But Solomon Khan is here. He's going to be able to get the pillar to chomp down. Smites him. Oh, and he chomps him with his teeth. Those big pearly whites. Takes a bite out of Zed, and that's a kill for the Trundle.
Yeah, I think Wardens of the North right now just need to be playing safely, really. They just need to be focused on farming.
Oh, crash down does come down. Karis is going to... Okay. Oh my god, there's so much action going on, Soundwave.
There really is, but it doesn't seem like there's enough follow-through for the kills. They're really just interested in having a slap fight, it seems like. But yeah, Wardens of the North really need to focus on just CSing here,
Oh,
getting
another
their
crash down
items.
comes in. Rel gets the stun. Hextex is looking for his Inferno trigger, but now in the top lane, Mini Soko, Hollowed Mist, Doska down there. There's two people. TP comes out from Toad here, has the Ignite. Can she stay alive long enough? Scale might die. Malphite Ultimate comes in, picks up one kill. Kapeska's in trouble. Doesn't have anything. Solomon Cunning's here. Puts the pillar down. Probably just going to let him walk it out. Double kill for the Malphite here. Whew!
Wow. Oh, and that is going to put Malphite 2-0-3 with 150 gold shutdown on his head, or bounty, excuse me. Trundle being 3-0-3, having a 350 gold shutdown. Yeah, Wardens of the North giving these early kills. I think if they're able to take these bounties, that can get them back into the game, but realistically, they're not playing safely like they should and taking advantage of mistakes. Because you know, even at the pro play level, even at Worlds like we're saying now, nobody plays perfectly. Even the best, highest rated challenger players don't play perfectly. They will slip up eventually. And if you make sure that you're ready for that moment and take advantage of it, that's where you want to be in this state, being behind by 3k gold, 3.5k gold, it seems like. But it doesn't seem like they're just, it doesn't seem like they are
looking for those opportunities.
Yes. It seems like they're trying to play the same strategy that they have been last game, even though they're not ahead this time.
Yeah, and they did get a little consolation prize, the Cloud Drake, in their pockets, but the Rift Trail does come down, takes the first turret, is going to go, and oh, the pillar does come down. Are they going to look for a kill onto Scalar? They can dive him if they're not that scared, but instead they're just going to let the Shelly charge. I think they feel some pressure coming in. Zed was roaming up, and I like the point that you bring up, right, Soundwave, that it seems like the Wardens of the North are just kind of play their game and not really adapting. As the crashdown does come down, Magnastorm comes in, gets the stun, Make It Rain comes down from the MF here. Hextech looking for another ultimate. Samira's going in, autoing. And again, and some engages and some spells thrown around in the bot lane, but no kills show up here. Now Mini Soko and Scale are going to get into it. Hollow Mist comes down, Snip does on. Haymaker comes down, misses. Needlework is coming in. One more Needlework with the Hollow Mist, and they should be dead. Ultimate comes out for Scale, and still dies. Set is still dead here.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see too. They are burning sums on both sides at an exponential rate. It almost seems like on cooldown, even though the sums aren't making a difference in this fight. Obviously you want to use Ignite early on if your enemy bot laner has a support that can heal very well. If they have a Yuumi or a Soraka or a Sona, you want to get that. Ooh, is this gonna be a 3-man scuffle? Oh, they know he's here.
Oh, Malphite ult, Magnastorm. The MF ult does come in, picks up one. Malphite ult gets flashed. The Alpine Unstoppable Force comes out, but now he's really in deep trouble. Now there's 3 members on the side of Wardens of the North, but Trundle is here. Trundle is a man to fear. Puts the Frozen Domain down. Trundle Pillar goes down, picks up the kill onto Diana, and an overall 1-for-1. New York Mutants lose their ADC. And the Wardens of the North lose their jungler, and it's a lot scarier because Solomon Khan does have the Divine Thunder, has the Tiamat, but now Sushi is here. Who is he going to look to ultimate? He has such a bevy of options right now. Can he get in range?
No, it seems like they're just going to walk away uneventfully. That is the one, I got to say, Karis with the 200 IQ flash on that Malphite ult really just said no. He just said not today.
Yeah, I pretty much said not today. But overall, what could have looked disastrous for Wardens of the North, they come out a 1-for-1, and that's not that bad when you're behind, right? Going 1-for-1 is pretty nice.
Yes. Going 1-for-1, especially when there's a chance to get a shutdown, is good for you. If you're behind, 1-for-1s are totally fine, unless your death timer is at like the 45-50 second mark. At that point, 1-for-1's not good for you. But right now, I think it's totally fine for Wardens of the North to take that gold from them.
Yeah, Needlework is coming out. Mini Soko looking to 1v2 here. The Slam Jam Bam Bellamy Man comes down from the set here, but actually ends up paying for his life. That is a 1 for 1 in a 1v2 in that top lane for Minisoka. And now Hextech looking to trade in on to the MF here. Nothing's going to happen, though.
Yeah, Scale just getting run down by this Gwen time and time again. Gwen.
Oh, Mandastorm coming down. Pillar comes down. Hextech is going in, and Chief Patar and Cars are down. Inferno comes down, but doesn't need it now. Minisoko looking to possibly get a 1v1 onto this Capes. Bottom lane tower does go down. They're going to pick up the rest of the jungle minions here. Dragon is coming up in about 40 seconds, and it looks like the blue team is primed and ready to take this.
Yeah, looking like we said pregame, most of their damage is in the Gwen and the Samira, who both need a couple items and setup to really pop off. Looks like that's going to happen here, though. Samira being 4-2, Gwen being 4-1, both about to hit 2 items here, and their power spike has begun.
Oh, Malphite ultimate is going in. OMF ultimate does come in. The ultimate goes on to Solomon Kanye with the Zed. Haymaker face pull comes in onto Toad here. Scale gonna miss everything up. Solomon Khan is getting chased by the MF here. Will he be able to catch her? Nope. And Wardens of the North picking up a kill for free, essentially.
Yep, and it's like I said, it's those mistakes that they need to take advantage of. They need to be getting the 1-0 picks. Catching some. They need to have a lot of vision, realistically, I think, and catching the people out when they make pathing mistakes. Catching somebody where they shouldn't be in a jungle. Catching somebody pushed up too far in lane is really what they need to be doing right now.
Yep, and with that pick, they're actually going to be able to pick up the Mountain Dragon as well. Slowly working towards that Mountain Soul, and 3 Mountain Dragons plus a Mountain Soul is going to look really nice into the pockets of Wardens of the North if they can keep doing that. And what is it's pretty much essentially a 8,000 gold league. It looks like New York Mutants are playing a little bit hesitant, but as I say that, Frozen Domain comes down. Yeah, Skill's gonna get caught out. Gonna try to body slam somebody out, get the damage off, but he's dead. Yeah, as I just say that, he does get caught out. Got Frozen Domain, got chomped, and now for New York Mutants, the eyes are on that second Rift Herald. Mid lane turret is gonna go down with 3 strong.
Yeah, no, Scale. I just mean, especially being behind, not really having your tank items yet. You can't walk up to River split off from your team. He was next to blue side tier 1 mid tower, while his support and bot laner were up on the red side tier 1 mid tower. Just not having vision of that bush and the river, not where he wants to be, and he pays the price for it.
Yeah, it pays the price with his life here, but everything has calmed down a little bit on the Rift so far. And I was gonna say the New York Mutants, they have essentially about a 9,000 gold lead, but it doesn't feel like they're playing with them, right? It feels like Wardens of the North are still crawling back and trying to get their way back into this game, and they're picking up crucial kills left and right. I mean, MF is sitting on 2 items. Samira is sitting on 2 items as well, but her second item is a bit cheaper, right? It's the Serpent's Fang versus the LDR. So, MF is looking pretty good when it comes to the curve. It's just you look across the board. You look in the top lane, you look in the jungle, you even look at mid lane potentially. Zed does not have a completed item yet, sitting on 3 essentially just pieces.
Yeah, no, that Serpent's Fang looking to shred that set shield, possibly that Diana shield. Yeah, a little bit.
Crash down does come in. Flash coming out from Diana here, gonna flash away, so nobody will take that. A crash down for a flash, he'll take it any day.
Yeah, so that, like we were saying, that Lord Dominic Regard is a little bit more expensive than the Serpent's Fang.
TPs are coming out. Team fight looks like it's breaking out. Hollowed missed us because MF Ult is getting a lot of people here, but it's not enough damage. The Unstoppable Force comes in onto MF. She has to flash away. Solomon Khan is on the front. Hex is dying into the bat line, and Unbreakable Will comes in from Alistar, but it's not enough. He's going to be the last member alive, and he's actually going to be the last member to die. A full ace for the New York Mutants, and they're going to turn their eyes towards the Baron, and they're going to look to possibly push down some inhibitor turrets.
Yeah, New York Mutants had the vision up there in jungle to take advantage of that positioning. They catch Slushy out and then use the player disadvantage to tower dive and get those kills.
They are actually just going to clear some vision here. It looks like they're not confident enough to do Baron. Solomon Khan did go
Yes.
down in that scuffle. Uh, oh, and that's an FF coming
Oh,
out from the
man.
Wardens of the North
What
did
a shame.
surrender. And it unfortunately they just feel like that game is pretty much over for them. Now we are doing a block of 3, and I have been informed that based on the rule books, if Wardens of the North would like to, they can surrender the third game and give the 3-0 over to the New York Mutants. Now we did see some game 3 shenanigans yesterday if anybody was tuning into the streams. Soundwave, what do you expect?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they could say, "Hey, we'd like to save face and just give you the 3-0." That's understandable. I think realistically, because it does affect the entire season, we're going off of game by game stats, not match stats. I think they should play it out just in the chance that they they pick up the win, they pick up the upset here. That's still one game for them versus just giving away the 3-0. So, realistically, I think they should play it. However, I do understand if they decide to just give them a go.
Yeah. So I am getting information that they are gonna go ahead and go on with game 3 here.
Mhm.
Yeah, it affects the standings, right? So
Yes.
this game could essentially, possibly, if you guys ramp up, if you guys get better throughout the season. I mean, this one game could possibly, you know, determine whether you're first or second or third or fourth, whatever seed you get, you may have to face a different team.
Hmm.
So I definitely am in the spirit of playing it out. Um, what adjustments do the Wardens of the North have to make here? Because it looks like New York Mutants actually just got better after game 1, right? Where game 1 was close, game 2 just felt like they were in the driver's seat the whole game through.
Yeah, no, New York Mutant definitely felt like they turned on a switch that we thought was already flipped, but had a third setting. Um, yeah, I would like to see Wardens of the North take a less aggressive approach here. It seems like they're just overreaching themselves and getting themselves killed. For not basically. If you're overreaching, you have to make sure that you get equal return out of whatever play you decide to make. And it doesn't feel like Wardens in the North are doing that. It feels like they're giving up kills that they don't have to. And it feels like they're walking into play. It also feels like maybe a pathing issue here. It feels like they are getting caught out in places that they don't have vision of, or realistically just shouldn't be, without knowing where the enemy jungler is, or knowing that the enemy support has rotated towards the mid, things like that. Um, so I think extra pink wars, extra vision when possible, and uh, slowing their game plan down a little bit could really help.
Yeah, that is true here, but we actually are gonna go into it. Oh, actually, no, we won't be going into a short break. Actually, everybody has the draft lull set up. We are in the lobby here just for a little bit. Yeah, so game 3 is being played out. It looks like blue side will once again be the New York Mutants, and on the red side again, it's gonna be the Wardens of the North. And as we get into the draft. Uh, is there anything you want to see the Wardens of the North ban? I mean, they took the MF away, but it definitely didn't look like the MF from game 1 that the New York Mutants had.
Yeah, no, I mean, they took the MF and then they had their Trundle taken, so they're swapping characters there. I feel like it's possibly just a situation of New York Mutants has enough champ picks that your picks and bans really just have to go to the 5 most devastating champions versus trying to ban someone out. Um, we've seen a wide variety of champions for New York Mutants here. Obviously, everybody taking a different character for game 1 from game 2.
Mhm.
So I think it may just be a situation of New York Mutants has a more flexible champ pool than Wardens of the North here in this draft phase, which does and would give them the advantage if that's true.
Yeah, looks like New York Mutants actually just going to ban that Pike out once again. Wardens of the North taking the MF off the board completely, and New Mutants gonna ban the Akshan out as well. You have to expect that they're gonna go with the same 3 bans. Wardens of the North switching it up, taking some combo pieces away here. Shen being taken away as well, from New York, taking off the board by the New York Mutants, while Wardens of the North gonna look to lock in their 3rd ban as they're just blazing through these bans left and right, and now they're finally contemplating slowing down. The Mordekaiser is being banned. So what do you expect New York Mutants to take in this B1? Another support like they have done in the past 2 games?
I think
Ooh,
poss
the Nocturne!
Ooh. Ooh, they're gonna get away with the Nocturne pick here. Uh, yeah, a lot of vision control there from the Nocturne. Yeah, I think it may just be a plan of getting rid of those supports that are shutting them down, because Leona had a really good game the first game, and then Rel had a really good game the second game. We're going to see an Urgot Thresh pick here from Wardens of the North.
Urgot was being banned out from New York Mutants, if I remember correctly,
Yes,
in the
yes.
2nd ban phase. So this is definitely a comfort pick for Warden's side, along with the Thresh as well. It's something they have played in game 1, and they looked a lot better on it, right? They got that double kill in that bot lane that we saw from the Tristana Thresh, but really interesting pickup from New York Mutants here. I believe they're actually banning out Pike, Nocturne, Akshan in the first 3 bans.
Oh,
They actually take the Nocturne out. Zig's gonna be locked in for their B2. This can be flexed mid and bot.
yeah.
Don't know what role it's gonna go into just yet.
Well, to
But
be fair, Ziggs can be flex mid, bot, and support.
yeah, that's true.
It's a little bit BM to play him as a support. You know, your goal is just to take that tower, but really, we have no clue where he's going to be until we see these other picks.
Well, we know that the Leona is locked in, but that doesn't guarantee that the Zig's going to be put into the bot lane. Ziggs does love a lot of lockdown, being able to throw his Super Mega Inferno Death Bomb. Aphelios Thresh for the Wardens of the North. Now, that is a very, very popular bot lane that we were seeing a lot in the earlier weeks of, the LCS, the LEC, LCK, all these other, regions. And it's just a tried and true lane, right?
Yes.
It just provides him with so much safety when he's paired with the Thresh. He can allow him to do so much damage. He can put out so much DPS given the right guns. Silas being taken out, Ornn Gwen also being taken out. So Warden of the Norths respecting the picks that have been picked picked in game 1 and 2 from New York Mutants, and really the same picks are being banned out by the Mutants, right? The Shen, the Akshan, now the Silas, the Pike. What do you think their final ban is going to be?
I would like to see it be a jungler. I would like to see it possibly be somebody that fights really well into Nocturne, because it feels like they. Oh, yes, it's going to be the Diana pick.
Diana is going to be taken off the board, and Kha'Zix is going to be picked up as an answer to that Trundle. Kha'Zix, a very gold-hungry jungler, somebody that really needs to snowball in the early game, because if they don't, then they're honestly just kind of useless, right? They don't feel good to play. They don't do their isolated damage as well, and team fights.
And we're gonna get the
weird.
Sorry, we're gonna get the Tryndamere mid. It looks like he's been a very high pickup recently. He's been taking the 3 region beat starts into the Gorge Ranker and just shutting down games. I mean, Tryndamere is the curb stompiest of curb stompiest champs.
Yeah,
I think that's a very exciting mid pickup.
Yeah, that is definitely something that New York Mutants looks like they want to show in this game 3. They want to take this 3-0. They want to take it decisively, and the Vigar being locked in for that mid lane. That's a good counter.
It's a hard counter pick to Tryndamere. If he dives you under tower, you drop a cage on top of yourself, you run away, you let him die to the tower after his ult runs out. You can use it to stop dashes. You can use it to stop him from getting away. Very, very good here. I don't think Vigar is realistically going to be picking up any early game kills, but I think it is a very safe, very late game scaling champion that can get ahead of this Tryndamere by keeping him stunned.
And speaking of late game scaling, New York Mutants really only have that Tryndamere and Dr. Mundo, but Dr. Mundo just gets really, really tanky, right? He's not, in your traditional sense of scaling, he's not going to somebody that's going to do a lot of damage. He's just going to soak up a lot. And at some point in time, Aphelios, Vigar, Urgot, they're just going to build so much damage that it'll chew through that health bar pretty quickly. The only late game scaling champion that the Mutants have here is that Tryndamere, right? Gore Drinker into Bork, into whatever build they go. I've seen Essence Reaver. I've seen I've seen the GA. I've
Yes, yeah,
seen like
yeah.
there's so many different picks he can go. There's so many. I mean, sorry, picks. There's so many different items that he can
Yes.
go after his mythic that he can just wreak havoc on there. But he's really the only late game scaling champion. Wardens of the North, they have the Nephilios, they have the Vigar, they have an Urgot who is not necessarily late game scaling in terms of damage, but he just has so much disruption with his ultimate, with his E, with his
Mhm.
shotgun knees.
Yes, yes, for sure. And yeah, like you were saying, Tryndamere has a couple different builds that he can go into depending on the situation. Right now, the most popular the three region beats start into the Gore Drinker and then the Essence Reaver because it's
Mhm,
cheaper than going the Kraken Slayer into whatever his Bork, and not his Bork, but whatever else he goes into. It's a little bit cheaper. Gore Drinker's a little bit more powerful than Kraken Slayer for melee champions right now. It seems just because, especially when Tryndamere has his ult going, he's going to get that full passive 15% AD scaling. Which can be a lot of AD for this Tryndamere while his ult's going. Um,
on
yeah,
top
no,
of the
but
Gore Drinker passive, right? That
yes,
gives him more
yes.
AD while he's lower on health, and also he can get a nice quick burst heal spin out, and he's fine.
Mhm. Yeah, no, so realistically, what he's looking to do is jump into a team fight, almost die, press his ult, press his R, and get that 15% passive AD from the Gore Drinker. Run this team down until his ult is done. Spin the Gore Drinker, press his Q, and just spin away. You know, it's been very impressive lately. I've been seeing a lot of it. But yeah, overall, Wardens of the North has a very late scaling team comp. Obviously, Vigar can infinitely scale the farther the game goes. Aphelios, probably the hardest scaling late game ADC right now, along with the Thresh that could keep him alive until he gets to that point. Urgot also, if he runs away with the game, can be very, very scary. Uh, Especially with that execute, it lets him win those early trades that he shouldn't normally. Uh, but I think it may also cause an issue for New York Mutants here with them not having a traditional ADC. They're going to pick up that APC Ziggs, looking to push and kill towers super fast, so that they could potentially roam, pick up towers elsewhere. But
Mhm.
without that traditional ADC, I think a lot of the backline work's going to be in the Nocturne here.
Yeah, and with that being said, it looks like Wardens of the North have a better composition for how they're suited to play, right? Like you said,
Yes.
it seems like they like to wait around, they like to really farm minions, scale up, and they don't really have any reactive answers. Well,
Yes.
this isn't reactive in the sense that they can, if New York Mutants does something, they have to act immediately. They're completely content and they're completely fine just sitting back, catching waves, farming up, and getting to that point where they can comfortably team fight.
Hmm.
Yeah, they do have a Kha'Zix and yeah, they do have an Urgot, but their main carries you're looking at in Slushy and Karis here is that Aphelios Vigar, and it looks like yeah, they're just playing to their play style finally. They're not trying to pick like these kind of early game centric champions just to take it away. While you look on the side of New York Mutants, this is how they want to play, right? They want to use Nocturne Ultimate. They want to get in your face early. They want to throw Mega Inferno Death Bomb into your backline. They want to lock you down with Leona once again, and they're just looking. They're playing some Smash Mouth League of Legends here, is how I would say it.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like the Nocturnal's really going to be the linchpin here for this team because Nocturnal means they can't see that Leona ultimate. It means they can't
Hmm.
see the Ziggs ultimate, and it truly, truly looks to be. It's a fairly aggressive early lane, early uh, game team. But yeah, I think obviously, if they can run away with this game, there's not much of that Wardens of the North can do. However, if Wardens of the North can push this to late game, if they could push it to 6 items, truly, I don't think there's a chance that New York Mutants win here. As long as that Vigar pays attention to where Tryndamere is and keeps him off of Aphelios with the cage. I think that may be the linchpin here is good cage placements by Vigar to keep Aphelios in the fight.
Good cage placement will be the linchpin for this team. Well said, Soundwave. And with that, We are going to go to a very short intermission or break as we load into the E League United Season 2, Game 3 of the New York Mutants versus the Wardens of the North. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to Game 3 of the E League United Season 2, Game 3 of the New York Mutants versus the Wardens of the North. I am once again going to be your play-by-play caster here, Star Shibby, here with my color caster, Soundwave 2017. And Soundwave, it looks like we're going to get some shenanigans in this bot lane.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think especially, both teams realize that while this isn't a throwaway game, because it does impact their standing for the whole season, because we're doing the block matches instead of the best of 3. Still, there's no reason for them to not try something new. Since what they've been doing hasn't been working. Oh, they're going to go the long route for this gank. Oh no, it looks like they're not actually going to invade.
No, everybody's gonna walk out here just fine. But what do you expect to happen?
This game overall, you mean?
Yeah, just in this early game that's gonna happen right now. Where do you think the action's gonna be? Where do you think?
Honestly, I mean, I think realistically the early game does go to New York Mutants. Mini Soko on the Mundo, can be brutal here, because he's already doing percentage health damage with those cleavers. He has a chance to take this game totally out of the picture. He has a chance to take Urgot totally out of the picture because Urgot needs some items under him or to hit 6 with that execute. I think maybe the biggest thing we're looking at. We could also see some early game kills from Toad here on the Tryndamere. Tryndamere obviously very aggressive as long as he plays accurately around the cages and accounts for them. Waits for Vygar to waste them, things like that. He could definitely get some early game kills here. Obviously, his W will get the slow with Vygar choosing to run away. It will lose half. Ooh.
Hook's gonna land again. Chief Patar on this Thresh is looking so nice. And right now, Red and Sniper Gun coming out for Karas here. He is actually gonna do quite a bit of damage if he does land any of these abilities.
Yes. Felios, not exactly an early game champion, but with the right guns, is going to win the trade here pretty heavily for this bot lane, actually. A lot of fighting going on top lane, too.
Yeah, cleavers are landing. Both of these guys, beefy dudes, like you said. Ooh, a hook narrowly misses both the members of the New York Mutants here. But Kapesk is here with the gank, has his blades ready. Ooh, Minisoko doing a good job warding around the 3-minute mark, though, but will he be able to react in time? Mundo gonna
I
go.
don't think so.
Gale
I
gonna hit
don't
with
think
the
so.
E. Kapesk has the jump. Is gonna get the isolated damage. It hits the W onto Minisoko. Minisoko gonna throw a cleaver out. Just
Yeah.
gonna try to walk this out as fast as possible. Gonna die, unfortunately, and the first blood goes to Kapesk on the Kazakhs. Wardens
Yes.
of the North looking good.
And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see Kazakh get fed early and start blowing people up. Really, really all he wants to do. This ain't going to be Solomon Khan coming into the Nocturne, it looks like, though. Ooh, get a back off. It's oh no, he's going to follow through with this.
Yeah, Zenith Blade does land. A Q does land from the Nocturne. Fear is going down. One more auto. Nobody is actually going to pick up the kill on Karis here. And unfortunate for them, as you would love to see that kill go on to either Nocturne or Ziggs here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, that kill going to the support. All's fair in love and war, though. Just still got a kill. Obviously, didn't go to who you wanted it to go to, but a kill is a kill. At the end of the day, it's still
gets the lantern out, flashes out, is gonna get the cage down, and it looks like he's gonna. Ooh, bouncy bomb does come in, gonna miss, but nobody is slowing on a little bit of health. Flash in from Vygar, flash in from Thresh, gets the flay, jumps in. W lands onto Toad here. Looks like he's gonna get the root from the Gravitum. He's one hit away. Flashes out, it's gonna live. He's gonna have the tower. Oh my god.
Oh, and that is gonna be. Oh. Wow, that is gonna be. That's. Wow, what an unexpected turn of events. That just everyone was there ready to turn tail on that river fight.
Yeah, it was so crazy to me as well that, at the end of it all, Toads does get out. They go 1-for-1 overall, but it was so close to being disastrous for the New York Mutants.
Yeah, very close to being disastrous. They do come out ahead there, which is better than they really could ask for. Having this late game scaling comp, winning these early trades is just going to be great for them. Because obviously we think about late game is like 30, 35, 40 minutes, 6 items. That's not necessarily true. If you're getting these early kills, your late game can happen as early as 20, 25 minutes if you're that far ahead. It really just depends on how fast you're able to get your gold lead, get your items, get your power spikes.
Yeah, Flay does miss here. Graviton Root comes down. Hook lands onto Nubi here, and he's going to take a lot of damage. Has the Infernum and Gravitum guns ready, so he can do a lot of AoE damage and just root you if he wants to. Oh, Scale eating another trophy in this case. Not a trophy. I don't know what skin actually Mundo has there.
I think that skin is throwing. No, it's the. Can we get a hover over the Mundo real quick?
It's not the TPA skin, right?
I think it's the toxic I think
Mundo.
it's the. No, I think it's the. Is it the Lumberjack Mundo? Am I wrong about this?
Oh, I'm unsure.
Oh, okay.
It could be the Halloween Mundo, but in the mid lane, Vygar is actually going to trade on to the Trender. It is
anybody in chat. What is this Mundo throwing? What is he whacking this man with? Come on, you got to tell us.
Yeah, it's a very weird item here. It's with the E as well. Oh, some trading into the top lane. Shotgun needs to come out. The electricity coming out from Mundo here. And just this is what's going to happen in the top lane, right? These guys are going to trade. They're going to be really beefy and nothing. It's just kind of like a wet noodle fight is what it's classically known as.
Yeah. Minisoko in a good position here. Obviously, he has to be careful and watch his health very closely. Look out for that execute target over his head. However, Mundo ultimate direct counter to that execute because it's going to pull him out of execute range. So just needs to be ready for that ultimate, assuming Scale gets him to that point. But it looks like Minisoko is just going to keep throwing these axes. Actually, it looks like he's throwing a hammer. with this skin, but he just needs to be ready for that.
Ooh, and look at that counter going to action. Slushy
Yes.
just cage as soon as Tryndamere spins in, and he either walks out and gets stunned or stays in and has to tiptoe dodge around, Vygar's ability. So this counter pick is working pretty well for now.
Yeah, and really, realistically, that's what he just needs to be doing all day, every day. As soon as he spins in, you drop that cage, you walk away. That's all that needs to be said. He's going to scale super hard late game. Hopefully one-shot some people. Just needs to survive the early game.
Yep, and that's just Vygar's MO, as
Mhm.
this game is probably the most calm game we've ever had. And as I said, Capes
Yes.
coming in for the gang. Satchel Charge comes out. Zenith Blade
Oh!
hits onto the Kazakhs. He's going to take a lot of damage. Inferno Weapon Teflon comes out, kills the Kazakhs here, and Solar Flare comes out, misses. Flashes are coming out. Red and white from the Aphelios has a lot of damage. Lantern comes out, not going to be able to do anything. Finally, Ziggs is going to chase this kill, and it looks like Toads is coming in on the Tryndamere, possibly for a dive, but that's actually all that's going to happen. And what looked like an advantageous gank for Capes, he gets locked up. Zenith Blade, Solar Flare, Mega Inferno Bomb, and he's dead.
Man, I wish we could go. Oh, Toad's looking to get this spin in here with the
Oh,
ultimate.
Solomon Khan with the paranoia gets the double swipe kill onto both Karis and Chief Patar. What was that ultimate?
Oh, such a good ultimate. He took the lantern so they were grouped up, and his passive with the AoE auto attack just killed both of them like that. Wow.
And I cast or cursed it, didn't I, Soundwave? I said, look, this is the most calm game we've had.
Yeah.
And literally in the next minute, there's four different ultimates being flown around into the bot lane.
Yeah. Like I was saying, though, I wish we had replays. You guys will have to go back into the VOD and look at that, though.
Oh, with a solo kill! Gets the RE, and now he's 1v1ing onto this Kazakhs, and that's not who you want. He's going to get the isolation damage. He's going to get the Q off, and he's going to kill you. A 1-for-1 overall, and that's probably the best that Mini Soko could have got there, considering he saw the gank coming. Scale completely caught off guard, and now New York Mutants hold a 2.5k gold lead in their hands.
Yes. No, but guys, go back and watch this VOD. Go back to that. It was just about 8 minutes when Capes jumps in on Hextech. Hextech split second responded with the saddle charge before Capes even hit the ground from his leap. Mid-air threw him back into tower with the saddle charge, getting an easy kill with that. It was beautiful, perfect timing from Hextech.
Yeah, really good here. And Slushy just has a kill to his name, was able to pick something up earlier, but now is quieted down into the rift. And it's a small 2k gold lead. Capes doesn't want a piece of that. Jumps out of way from the Zenith Blade because there's a lot of follow-up coming in. And you look now, mythic items are being built on the side of the New York Mutants. A Sunfire Cape, or a Forge Fire Cape, a Stride Breaker as well.
Yeah, the Nocturne looking to take the... surprisingly, Nocturne looking to go the more brawler route with this Stride Breaker. Obviously, it does give him some movement speed, but, a lot of times, especially having already a Mundo, a Tryndamere, and a Leona, 3 champions that get... Well, Tryndamere is pseudo-tanky with his ult, but...
Paranoia comes in, Mega Inferno, that bomb comes in as well. Karis is just going to get deleted off the map, and so is Chief Patar. That is 2 kills easily secured for the New York Mutants. An excellent execution of both, like you said, the Paranoia into Mega Inferno Bomb. They can't see it, they won't see it, and they'll die.
Yeah, exactly. Textbook, tower dive. But... like I was saying, kind of odd to see the Stride Breaker from the Nocturne. Obviously, it's a totally fine build path for Nocturne to go Brawler, but, with the Mundo and the Leona already being sponges, just damage sponges, and, having that Vygar, Aphelios, Kazakhs, I was expecting to see more of the Eclipse, Dustblade lethality, kind of blow you up out of nowhere Nocturne. So it's a little bit interesting to see him go more of the brawly route.
Yeah, he definitely did build a little more utility brawly style. I mean,
Mhm.
Stride Breaker does give you that slow, and Mini Soko again is just looking to bully scale here.
He is taking advantage of these bushes like nobody's business.
Yeah, and now he's just gonna walk at the scale slowly and throw a cleaver or throw a chair or whatever he's throwing at him over there. Uh, 4,000 gold lead for the New York Mutants here now after that beautiful, beautiful execution of ultimates.
Yep.
Dragon is up, and it looks like New York Mutants has the inside track. They look like they want to take it. Is an Ocean Drake, so we'll either get an Infernal Soul or another Mountain Soul
Yep.
potentially
Yep.
in this game 3.
Yeah, Mounted Soul being good for both sides. There's
Ooh,
two.
Toad is caught.
Oh,
Hook comes out from
and
Chief
the hook.
Patar. Zenith's Blade comes in. Paranoia comes in. He's going to try to blow up Slushy here. Zanya's is coming out. A big W hitting here. Kapesk looking to get the kill onto Solomon Khan. Flies over, hits the Q. The weld comes down, and the flay comes down as well. Everfrost hits 2. Hexex is finally here. Hits him with the mines, but is now trapped between Kapesk and a hard place, and he's going to die. Hits with the Moonlight Sigil. Karis turning the fight around. Another hook hits from Chief Patar. This guy just can't miss.
Man, that was almost amazing. That was almost a 3-0 kill.
Oh, Karis flashing in. Is he going to get the kill? Who's going to get on top? Oh my god, Toads gets the kill onto Karis. Overzealous on the flash. Kapesk is now getting the Ocean Troll. He's looking to get it. Will he be able to jump out? Mini Soko burns the TP, looks in the Dragon Pit, and finds nothing for return. 3 for 3 overall, 10-7. New York Mutants have a 3.5k gold lead still in hand, but Kapesk looking to possibly kill Toad here. It's a battle of chicken. Who's going to use what ability first? Kapesk actually gets the jump in, hits the Q, and gets the shutdown onto Toads.
Yeah, so overall for 3, plus the Dragon, a total win for Wardens of the North. However, we almost saw a 3-0 plus a Dragon win from Wardens of the North with that beautiful cage. 2 beautiful cages from Vigar, actually, but Tryndamere has so much sustain with the Q, so much mobility with the E. He's able to just run these people down even after the team fight's done.
Oh, Paranoia comes in. Back onto Sushi. Drops the case down. Flashes out Solomon Khan. An ultimate for a flash is what he will take. Zenith Blade misses. Chief Patar is playing with fire here. It's going to eat a lot of damage. Solifer comes down, but now there's 3. Mega Inferno. Death Bomb takes the kill from Thresh. Scale misses the ultimate, and that is just so much damage coming out from this Ziggs here. Yeah, you were walking in the wrong place, Thresh. You were not meant to be there.
Yeah, you're just going to get caught out there, unfortunately. Bad positioning. You know what happens, but I think, obviously they traded the ultimate for the flash there, but you also got the flare, the ult from Leona, and then still ended up getting the kills. So, definitely.
1v. Bit of a 1v1 in this bot lane, but Mini Soko getting the better of it. Kapesk not being able to do much damage. Zenith Blade comes, lands in. Lantern is out. Flay comes in, but there's just too much damage. Vigar goes down. Scale is going down next. And in the bot lane, Toad is looking for a solo kill onto the Aphelios. Ultimate ease on, and that's just what Tryndamere does. Kapesk walking away, limping away with his health bar, and Chief Patar can do nothing but body block. A 3-0 onto the New York Mutants. They drop the Rift Herald into the mid lane. They want to take this. They want to take it for themselves. It's going to go down. That is a 3rd tower going for the New York Mutants. Another charge coming in. Chief Patar looking to possibly end it. I think he got it. No, he did not get it before the charge went off.
Nope. Yeah, good fight up top. New York Mutant taking advantage of their lead, having a little bit of vision in that jungle. They positioned correctly. They took the good fight. Bot lane a little bit odd though. He just trying to fight that Tryndamere without knowing whether his ultimate is up or not is nothing. It's not something you ever want to do. If you're expecting to go 1-for-1 and come out of a fight with Tryndamere with 100 health, if he pops ultimate, there's nothing you could do. He's basically got 2 health bars. His ultimate right now should be about 5 or 6 seconds long. So, if you're not burning that ultimate, getting away, and then re-engaging the fight, you're never going to win that. You either need a lot of CC or are able to engage and disengage at a moment's notice for that Tryndamere to be dealt with. And it looks like Tryndamere here is really just going to occupy this bot lane and push it as he sees fit. He's getting collapsed on here, but
Oh, Cage does come down. He's in a 1v2 situation. Gore Drinker
doesn't
drops. He's
have
going to pop
ult
his
here.
ultimate very soon. Toad gets the
Oh,
lantern actually through. He's going to try to walk out, but Kuros is going to pick up the kill, and an overzealous Tryndamere dies.
yes, yes. Again, yeah. So that's yeah. It's really just what happens. You know, as Tryndamere, you can overextend yourself too. You know, if you don't have ult, it can be an issue of overextending. But even if you do have ult, if you're staying too long and you're letting your ultimate end before disengaging, it can really just be an issue. You know, so even though the Tryndamere realistically gets to dominate this bot lane and continue to split push as he feels, he can't walk in without vision. You know, he needs to be buying those pink wards to safely walk up and take those towers and get the pressure. Because if he doesn't, then they're just going to collapse and they're going to take their sweet time waiting for the ultimate to end and kill him.
Yeah, and oh, Kapesh looking for possibly a solo kill. Eats the Zenith Blade, eats the Paranoia. They throw everything in the kitchen sink at this guy, and Carrots looking to kite this out, but he's going to die as well. Going to pay for his jungler's sin, and Zenith Blade does come in. Cage does come down. Nobody's taken up with the turret. Fear Beyond Death does come in, doesn't be able to top. Minisoko's now taking it with the Mundo ultimate. Gonna back out. Overall, 1 for 2 coming out from the New York Mutants. Very nice play from Wardens trying to pick up that kill, but now Dragon is up. And looks like Mutants are here to take it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, good fight from New York Mutants. Unfortunately, nobody stepped into the path of that hook from the Thrash and got pulled under tower into the opposing team. So, you know, a little bit of a mistake, just walking a little bit out of range. You know, obviously you want to stay behind those minions when you're around a Thresh, but not ultimately a big deal. Nocturne's going to walk down and get the drag. Looks like Thresh is going to get some vision on the Baron here, hoping to stop that if that were to happen. But right now, they're just looking to reset, buy their items, and just have a breather while lanes get pushed and objectives come back up.
Oh, Kapesh, that's a lot of damage that comes out from him. Looking for that solo kill. Toad still has his ultimate, though.
Yes,
Kapesh ulting here. Paranoia does come out, and now Kapesh, he does not have anywhere to go. No ultimate, nothing like that. And he over-chased, and he's over-dead now. Now TP coming out from scale. There's no way for Minisoko to stop it, so he's going to say, peace late. I'm out of here. Back to the tier 2.
Yeah. He just sits there and gets wailed on and goes, well, you don't have any way to disrupt the channel. Good luck.
Oh, Toads is looking for cars here, and you got to feel bad for this guy getting bullied into these side lanes consistently. Kara's probably calling his team over consecutively, saying, guys, there's a Tryndamere in my lane. He's 4-2. He hurts a lot. Can we deal with him?
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, he does hurt a lot. And
Cars
has his ult.
Oh, flashes out. Doesn't want to get caught up by anything. Chief Patar going for a hook. Doesn't hit anybody. Chief Patar has a flash. There has been 2 flashes blown from these bot laners. Now, Cage just come down. It's going to eat a lot of damage. Minisoko's going to come. It's just a poke war right now from both of these teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see any way out of this from...
Paranoia, Mega Inferno, Death Bomb! Tower is tanking. Nobody's going to tank again. Double kill for... Triple kill for the Ziggs. And now Toad is gonna kill Kapesh once again, and he's gonna get blocked out. And it looks like Solomon Khan and them are gonna push the inhibitor here. Oh my god! Kapesh just flashed out another Zenith Blade. Nobody has been hitting this flash into the fear, into the passive, and now a full ace coming out for the New York Mutants.
Man,
this could be game end.
This is I don't think there's any chance that they don't end here.
One Nexus tower falls, 2 Nexus tower falls, 3 Nexus. The Nexus is on their list. The respawns have come up for the Wardens of the North. Can they hold this? Do you know nothing, Jon Snow? He knows nothing. New York Mutants take it. 3-0 series.
Oh, man. Man, that Mega Death Bomb is such a nasty combo with the Nocturne ult, with the Nightmare. It just truly is, because I mean, even if you don't know that the the Ziggs is there, he gets a vision of the entire map with that ult. You know, he could be a lane over and throw that death bomb just because he gets vision from that nocturnal and could realistically just deal so much damage without them being able to do anything about it.
Really, really good ultimate usage here from the New York Mutants, taking these series 3-0 convincingly, I would say,
Yes.
over the Wardens of the North. And we predicted early on that it looked even, right? Both these teams were pretty evenly matched. We saw scrims, we saw OPGGs, but as the games progressed, it looked like New York Mutants got better and better and better. And it looks like Wardens of the North just kind of stayed the same, right? They weren't necessarily bad, but they just, like you said, you pointed out, Soundwave, they just wanted to try to play their game, and New York Mutants just wasn't allowing it.
Yeah, it's a sad day for me. You know, obviously I'll rep my team all day, but just it it really felt like New York Mutants started in first gear at game 1 and Wardens of the North was already doing 60 miles an hour down the freeway, and New York Mutant just caught up and caught up and caught up and passed them and passed them and passed them. It really is unfortunate.
Hmm. And, you know, looking ahead now, we've seen a bunch of the teams play, and New York Mutants is looking strong. Obviously, the top teams that we predict are looking pretty strong. And this is just week one, guys. Like,
Right.
week one, anything can happen, right? If you follow the NFL, week one, the Texans beat the Browns, and now they're like 1-3, right? Like, there's so many things that can happen in week one that you want to try to take these games and you want to try to say, oh yeah, New York Mutants, they 3-0'd, or Legacy Light League, they did this, or Wardens of the North got this happened to them, right? Or GCG or anything, right? These
Mhm.
guys, you want to try your best to create these storylines. You want to try your best to figure out who's on top. But I mean, as of right now, yes, New York Mutants look strong, but give it a couple weeks, right? I think it's a double round robin that's happening if I understood that correctly. So
Yes,
these
I
teams
believe so.
will these teams will play again, and we may see a very, very, very different picture.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, like you said, week 1, anything can happen. This is just the entrance music of the boxing match. It really is just setting the precedence and setting the tone for the rest of the league. Doesn't mean that this is where a team is going to stay or that a team, even if obviously seeing New York Mutants getting the 3-0 here doesn't mean they're going to take it all. Doesn't mean that Wardens of the North is going to continue to lose. It's just really it's shaking off the ice, shaking off the stage fright, that kind of stuff, getting used to the league as it stands.
And with that 3-0 coming out from the New York Mutants, we'd like to thank obviously everybody that tuned in, everybody that was watching these, everybody that tuned into the secondary stream that was there. But we are getting ready to raid another league here. So from everybody from the we are rating Infernum Ace here. So don't forget to follow E League United on Twitter, on Twitch. Don't forget to follow us on the secondary stream as well. If that game is still going on, please go over there.
I
I am
believe
Tony.
so. They're a little far behind us.
They are a little behind us, so go tune in, give them some love if you guys want to go support E League United. Again, obviously, shout outs to Jazz in the back line. She's helping us out. She's making us look good. She's doing everything, all the graphics you see, all this cool stuff. She's probably behind it. I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, shout out to Mom and Mikey and everybody that's involved, all the admin staff that's in the E League United, and of course, a special shout out to you, Soundwave, for being
Thank
with
you.
me on this journey of casting
Yeah.
the New York Mutants and the Wardens of the North. Unfortunately, your team could not pick up the W, but I don't doubt that we'll be seeing some more of them into the future.
Yeah,
That is
I have
us.
high hopes for my team.
Mhm.
Just truly a great game. Shout out to you. Great shout, cow testing.
And with that, we will be leaving and go show Infernum Ace some love. So tell him E League United sent you here. Maybe we'll get some more people in. Maybe we'll get some more players. There we
Cool.
go.